Here we go. Boom.
Yo, boom, boom, boom.
Sukhdev, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool, cool, cool to
good,
meet
good,
you.
good.
And I love your energy, by the way.
Yeah, same here. That's why I've saved you. I've told you so many times. The boom girl,
The
the
boom girl.
energy girl.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know what to say, sweetheart. In a way, I knew that you wrote a book about Xander,
Ah,
and you also, in a way, involved me a little bit as such to in a way say something about Xander, how I got to know him and how it played out here and plays out. And I totally love the energy, by the way. Just chatting with you, sharing. So the whole game for me, it's always a game.
yeah,
Totally resonated here. Of course, for me, it's never about something. So it's not about the book. It's not about Xander. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's just a beautiful game. It's the energy, and I just booming love it, sweetheart. This I wanted to share.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And but of course, I'm curious now because it's done, isn't it? The book, sweetheart.
Yeah, the book's done. The paperback and the hardcover are out already on Amazon. The Kindle is out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah,
And how is it? Okay, come on. I simply want to know more.
yeah.
Just first of all, how was the title?
Oh, okay. You haven't seen it, the
Uh, I,
the
I,
images
I'm
on
just,
social media
I'm
on Facebook.
just
Okay.
go.
Anyway,
I
let me
want to
just
hear it from you.
yeah. Let me start by thanking you because you are the reason the book has been written in the first place.
Oh, I am
Okay.
the reason.
You don't understand, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. You are the reason I met SandeR. All right. I had never heard of him, never seen him, never watched any of his videos, and you got in touch, and then I started watching. That's how I got in touch with him, and so you're the reason that I know that SandeR exists.
Apparently, apparently.
Apparent. Everything is
Who
apparent.
knows? Who
Everything.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
This is like magic, you know? This plays out perfectly. And yeah, okay, cool. So here,
So
you know the
so
song from Kellyum, I don't know how it's called. 'Cause you are the reason.
yeah,
You know?
go,
But
go.
go. So sorry, it just came up. Yeah, continue, sweetheart. So,
Yeah. So you know, last year I did some podcasts with a lot of non-dual masters from Europe and Asia and India, and you are on one of them, obviously. And I did that last year. I haven't done any this year, but
okay.
there was this thought that kept bugging me for the past few weeks that I need to write a book about the people that I have done a podcast with. Um, so one name kept coming up, SandeR, and I thought th I didn't know him that well. And so I thought, this guy, I don't even know if I should approach him. I don't know what he's going to think or what he's going to say. Because till then, after our podcast, all I knew about him was it already is. And not even. It's already is. Say anything, and he would say it already is.
Yeah.
So, but then I just thought, let me just ask him because
But wait,
the thought is,
stop, Sukhdev, here on this point. Xander is not, let's stay in this so-called non-duality bubble here, where the speakers are, and I don't know, the radical, called us pure non-duality, radical non-dual. He is definitely SanderLinchen. By the way, sweetheart, mwah, we love you. Greetings. I have to greet you from him. He said, say hi to Sukhdev.
oh, okay,
So,
okay.
and he is not the first one using these words, so to say.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But there is something different.
Yes. So
Come on.
would
Yeah,
you
you
like to
can.
tell? Would you like?
I just wanted to drop this for no
Yeah,
reason,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
can continue now, sweetheart. So
Now,
there was
so
this idea, this drive. Let's write a book about Zander.
I'll tell you why it actually happened, and now you know you can connect the dots backwards. So I messaged Sander and he said, "Yeah, I'm open to it, but I mean, I don't know I'm not a good writer and blah blah blah." I said, "No, you don't need to do anything. I'll do everything, and you just need to be willing to do it." And he said, "Yeah, I'm on. Let's do it."
He is totally
So
open. Yeah, beautiful.
so I said I need to sit and talk to you and get some information and know your life so I know what to write about. And that's when I came to know what you're saying. There's something different about what he is. The different thing is he has never been.
Sweetheart. So you all also was never. I also was
Yes,
never.
yes, yes,
But
yes. So no, but see, the difference is um now we talk about not bringing spirituality, non-duality, all these things into the talks, but when you have so many people, followers of so many saints, and all these people who are talking about the same this, not even, and there are people who went through some hardships and then had some certain enlightenment moment
like in
and
a
had
way,
some
like in a way, being someone, and then
yes,
after a so-called non-happening, being no one.
exactly,
And this is in a way lacking with SanderLinchen, right?
absolutely.
There was never such a story, so to say.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine that from childhood? If from a child, from the age of when you're going to school, 4, 5, you're in school and your teachers, your fellow students, your parents are telling you you are Xander, and he says no. You are a boy, he says no. And you are supposed to, you need to learn all this. You need to work up and grow and build a career, get a job. And he says no. And up to the point where he says that my parents show me pictures of my childhood, and they say this is you, and he says no. So his life would be the opposite of what I would say maybe 80% of the world goes through, where we're supposedly asleep and then we wake up, maybe like a Ramana Maharshi or Nisargadatta or somebody who was in condition somebody and then became nobody. Here is somebody who was never somebody. Now his dilemma in life would be, am I right or are they right? Because everyone seems to be somebody, only I am not somebody. Maybe something wrong with me. Can you see that
I see,
struggle?
Sweeter, yeah, I see, of course, I see the point.
Yeah.
But as I see it, there is nothing special with this. So it's just another beautiful story, so to say. It just,
What
so
what sorry, let me just
please
ask
go,
this
go,
because
go, 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 go.
when we say special, what do you mean by special?
By special, I mean now that this is so SanderLinchen and his life and the book now is just another beautiful story. No more, no less.
Exactly. Yes.
When I write a book about Sukhdev, it's going to be the same, another beautiful story. So, in a way, it's for me like in a way, everything is unique and special, and
Yeah.
at the same time, not. So, no
So
matter
so
what
what
kind,
is special?
so
What is special then?
special is the wow in everything. Special is the colors of this booming aliveness, and not even. So in a
So you're
way,
saying, so how do so when you
let me say, special means nothing.
okay.
Okay,
So when
without any understanding, it's just coming out now. The words. What
yeah,
I loved, as I told you, on the whole thing, like because you involved me in it, so to say.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Which I don't know. I love the energy. It was not, I tell you, it was not about Xander and our book. I was actually laughing because actually I
yes,
thought Xander is going to say, oh no, come on, just, keep the ball flat. What is this now, a book? But at the
let
same
me tell you,
time, yeah, go,
I'll tell
go.
you something. I'll tell you something. He kind of plays that on his Zoom calls. I've seen that. And with everybody else that are on the non-dual path or this the spiritual path, or the people who are kind of seekers. But he knows exactly what a seeker is seeking for. He knows that. I've when I spoke to him, and the other people that I spoke to, apart from you, the other people that are in the book. So from their point of view, he understands completely what a seeker goes through when he says, maybe I'm looking for God, or maybe I'm looking for myself. Why am I in pain? He knows all those things. He doesn't talk about them, but he knows exactly what Ramana says when means when he's writing his book and says, "You were never the self." But then Ramana himself at 16 is when he, realized I'm not the self. So, but he understands all those things. And he never speaks about this on the Zoom
Yeah,
calls.
why? Why? Why should he? You see,
He shouldn't. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
this is simply the difference. Like in a way, we can say there is a resonance. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's like music. You know, I told you this example. It's that you listen to music and you just fucking love it. And there is no need to explain why, you know? And this goes as long as it goes. And this may change. So in this sense, I say nothing special, you know? And at the same time, it's very special. And here, just to keep it, I totally loved so the idea, and now also that you boomed out with this. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, uh, we should, of course, you're spot on. It's just another story. And when I sat with Sander to ask him about the whole thing, and we were very clear on number one, the book is not going to be a spiritual book. It's not going to be a non-duality book. It's not going to be a teaching book. It's not going to present him in any way
Oh,
that
I'm now
is
so curious about the
ordinary.
book, sweetheart. I'm very
Okay,
curious
so
about the
so
book.
the entire book, and that was never my intention anyway to write about it. It was to write about his story. For me, it's
His
very
life.
unique.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
very unique for to understand that, I now we talk about all being this, but when I was young, it wasn't all this. It was I and everything else,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was
but
very
yeah, it's
strongly
beautiful.
I.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful that I can see the fascination. I can see now in a way the so-called reason. Like in a way you simply want to in a way show how this in a way plays out without ever having the sense of a me.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Spot on.
yeah, yeah. And and what I simply wanted to express, hmm, how to put it? How to put it? No need to put it, sweetheart. No need to put it. This
Yeah.
came up, but I totally get you, sweetheart. I totally get you.
Okay,
And
so
yeah,
so
yeah, here, seeing the here, exactly what I wanted to say. So, this exactly this thing, like, funnily, interestingly, when in a way I checked, it took me a long time to check this. Like it was with a chat with Alexis night. We were chatting. And Alexis said, "Oh, Sander, so there, as I understand, there was never the sense of a me to start with." And Xander said, "Yeah." And then they repeated. And then I said, "Oh, yeah." I checked it. And then
yeah.
I noticed that for me, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It was of zero interest, actually. And it's funny because for some characters, it was very interesting. And for me, actually not. Or maybe I don't know. And now I see that for you, it's also very interesting.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Right? That this was
yeah.
in a way the light, this was the fire, this was the excitement
But
behind it.
anyway, everybody in the world has a story. You can pick anybody from the village, pick them from the city, pick them from the mountain or the forest. They have a story. Everyone has a story. And if you can present it in a good way, it's an interesting read. That's all there
Oh,
is to it.
totally, sweetheart.
That's it.
I love it. I totally love it. And that's definitely going to be, it is already a fantastic story. And as I said, I'm absolutely curious to read it, sweetheart. Or also, can you, is it there also an audiobook to listen to?
I will put it on audio. Yeah, I haven't put it yet, but I think give me a week. I'll put it on audio.
Oh,
That should not be a problem.
I can also read. I would love to read again a book. I don't know when I read my last book, so this would be
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
This would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, sweetheart.
So here's somebody who's gone through about maybe about 800 or 900 spiritual books in maybe the past 10 years. And now does not read anything, cannot read anything.
Yeah,
In fact, the books that I write, I read them only when I'm writing them. That's it.
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
read a book again.
yeah,
So there's a time when you're into all this, and then it goes.
yeah.
Um, so with SandeR, the stories that came out were very interesting.
Oh, nice,
I spoke to his father. Not spoke. I emailed his father. I gave him some questions. He came back to me, and his
nice.
father's take. Because imagine a father whose son says, I am not this, I am not me. What the hell are you talking about? You what job? What career? I don't need a career, you know? The father would be frustrated. My son is not gonna make it in life. He's gonna be taken for a ride by everybody. But the father came with such great words about him. So he remembers this funny story of when SandeR had dreadlocks. In fact, I think everybody remembers him having dreadlocks. I never saw him with those, but a lot of the people I spoke to, their first impression of him was, "Oh, the guy with the dreadlocks." My
Okay,
first impression.
okay.
So he had dreadlocks, and he apparently had got a job somewhere in Netherlands. And the boss, his boss, said, "You can't keep them. You lose you, or I'll have to
Or
fire
you
you."
lose your job.
Yeah. And so SandeR does what? He goes to their main headquarters in the office and talks to the manager,
Mm,
and then he comes back and the manager lets him keep them. So this his father told me this
mm,
story. I thought
mm.
that was really interesting, and the father
Yeah,
saying, You've got to have courage to do that."
yeah,
And
exactly.
then he says, "So one day SandeR just calls me up and says, I have quit my job and I have no plan what to do." Right?
Yeah,
And his father said, I would never do that. I
yeah,
would have to have a plan. I can't just quit
yeah.
my job. And so he said, I was in shock. But then at the same time, I thought he has the courage that I never had.
Here, look. Let me share another story. Beautiful, sweetheart. Beautiful.
Ah,
Here, I guess I don't know why I see similarities in my story, but differently.
yeah,
So in a way, I stood in a way in this example you gave. Xander was in a way there was nothing, no job. He quit the job, no
yeah,
plans. Boom. So I found myself in the same situation. So Xander never would say he found himself in the situation, but I found myself in exactly the same situation. Guess why? Well, I don't
ah.
know, because nothing worked out. Full on loser. That's it. So you see?
That's what
So,
you would think.
but
Yeah.
I don't need courage to be a
Oh,
loser.
no, the courage part always comes from somebody watching you from outside, the third person or the second person.
Yeah,
You never think I am being courageous and brave to do that. So for him, he must have been, I'm done. Yeah, it's over, and I'm leaving. For him, it would be that.
there is this I totally get it. I totally get it, but I just wanted to make a joke now because
Yeah,
I also found myself without a job and no plans. Well, boom, that's it. And
yeah,
in a way life goes on apparently. Apparently. And then in a way here was this whatever this was, I cannot even tell you. It was nothing special. So nothing really happened here. There was just the sense, okay, in a way, like you said, I'm done. Unfuckable. Just being
yeah,
unfuckable. There is also no need here to say I am unfuckable, or there is just, it just saying me means nothing. Saying
yeah,
me, and I simply, so in a way, just there is just a crazy openness, an absolute openness, which in a way lacks the time, an immediacy,
yeah,
a directness, where
yes,
I and my idea about life is too late. So
yeah,
just this booming aliveness. And
yeah,
in this directness, so to say, there is no space for any knowledge, for any
right,
knowing. So in a way, the whole time it's like, wow. And this can be also very, very hard, very shitty. And this is wow.
Why would it be hard? Why would it be hard?
Well, crying happens, anger
It
happens.
happens. It
Co-
doesn't touch you, but absolutely
Oh,
it does not touch
of
you.
course it touches me. Totally.
How?
Totally. There is just being touched full on, but having no issue with this. Just unfuckable. It's full on. It's more than ever full on. Like very intensive and on. And this is how
So
I in a way express it.
for you, has this been again since childhood or the same kind of experience?
It's never
When
the
you
same
were
kind of
when you
experience.
when no no I mean when you were a child, suppose something happened and you cried or somebody stole some of
Without
your
stories,
candy or something.
here's just so maybe so in a way I was a very happy child. And then in a
Uh,
way this suffering we can say, the struggle
yeah,
kicked
yeah.
in when I was teenager, like 15, 16, roundabout, I guess. And then there
So
was
how can you suffer? Here's the question. How do you suffer? You can't suffer.
suffering.
You can only suffer if you have an identity because suffering happens in the past or the future.
So I just tell you the story. So in a
Yeah,
way,
okay. Yeah.
there was, in a way, I could not understand why this is not feeling right. Life is not feeling right. I couldn't understand what's going wrong. This was, in a way, the first, what's this? What's going on here? Not knowing why. This was the struggle, and this I would call suffering. Me and my life. There was me and my life. Before, I would say there was no such thing. There was just booming, whoop, booming aliveness, like this now, just booming aliveness. And then something happened,
Yeah.
and I could not understand what it was. And then
Okay.
there was, in a way, this drive to freedom. So in a way, I knew that something is off and that life is actually very, very simple. But I had no clue what's going on. And then the innocent drive for freedom was there. And I resonated very much with simplicity when I heard the first stuff about Buddhism. And this was like, "Ah, okay, okay, life is simple." And in a way, this went, and then in a way that we can say openness through a lot of years. Openness. And then, I don't know, nothing special, just this. Just full on openness, no more or less.
So that openness over a few years, that's a journey, that's a story.
Yeah,
That's a blossoming or what people would call an awakening, or they would call it a gradual realization that it's all open. You see,
just,
it goes
yeah,
from
story
narrowness all, it just opens up and
of a
opens
flower
completely.
who blooms, like who open.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, what to
That's
say?
nice.
I
Nice.
would
Nice.
say it's just a very, it's what it is. It's what it, I can tell you just simply, the story. And what about you, sweetheart?
Ah, mine. I had very strong identity. Brought up with real hardcore conditioning that I have to really study, become good at whatever I do, so that because we came from a very middle class, low income family, so my father was not educated. And so he believed that my children should be educated, and he always told us, please go study. If you don't study, you're gonna be failures in life. And so we grew up thinking that I've got to study, I've got to become successful, I've got to be the best at what I do. And so it was all about me and success. And so
I get you.
from
I get you,
Kenya to
sweetheart, but here I also had a little bit. So I also grew up very competitive, so to say,
yeah,
oriented to success. So it's nothing, it's also, but I simply skip the details now. But it's also
but
not nothing very common, very ordinary, a very normal
this, yeah,
condition.
but you have to tell me this because I speak to people nowadays and I feel probably I was the odd one out. So
No,
in
no, I
my
also had
childhood,
it.
In my
Uh,
childhood, there was separation. There was separation. I was separate. This thing here was separate from everything and everyone
yeah,
else.
there was Sukhdev, the
Exactly.
idea of Sukhdev,
Yes.
maybe a feeling, and the others, and like
Yes.
what's
Yes.
so special with
Yes.
this, sweetheart? Nothing
So
special.
the no, not special about it. The special the that is what causes what you're calling suffering, because
Yeah,
now this
yeah,
is in competition. Now this wants what that other person
exactly.
has,
There
or
is the
this
lack. There is simply
this
the lack.
is the
It's the
right.
separation. So in a
Yes.
way,
Yes.
me and
Yeah.
this in a way idea like this artificial, this
Yeah.
illusory me and is actually not there, never there.
So we are never taught that. That's the problem. We are never taught that. We are always taught that is you.
Why should
That
we?
this is you.
Why should someone tell me? You know what? Imagine someone would have told me this.
Yeah.
Maybe would have said, "Fuck you. I just don't like your interesting way of your
Yes.
concept. Go and
Absolutely.
build up a church about non-duality. Zero interest here. Boom." So you see here, this here is without any meaning. This is the freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom is to play as a victim, as a lacking persona which is who
Yeah.
is needy and craving in the outside, getting
Yeah.
money, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and then becoming a spiritual idiot who is
Yeah.
now in a way looking for enlightenment. And that's the game, sweetheart. This is full on. And I really can I can only see the perfection always, always.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter
Yeah.
how I would never, ever would go somewhere and say, "Hey, look here. You know what? I know how to get you out of the shit." Here you have, never ever. When this comes out with radical non-duality,
Yeah.
or with boom or no separation. It's just because it's a game, just because there isn't, just energy. For no reason, I'm booming out and just in a jokey way, maybe someone is full on and who, show me, like a very interest, but never having a second thought to help someone. I simply
Okay. Okay.
cannot
No,
see
but
in a
but
way.
but but tell me now, like when you spoke about your teenage years, when you say I went through suffering and things went
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
and you couldn't figure them out. Now that you figured them out, or whenever you figured them out,
Well, I
now when
haven't
you see
figured them
somebody,
out.
okay. So, but
I
so
haven't
are they?
figured anything out. But go.
So you got over it, or somehow it's
No,
not there
no,
now. Is it there? It's
no.
still there?
There is so in a way, no, I wouldn't say that I'm suffering anymore. So in a way, there is a loss, we can say, the loss of the idea that I am in a way playing any role in this game. It,
Absolutely,
it
absolutely.
just like everything happens already without rosA.
Yeah,
And but here I'm not going to say like of course I can say there is no rosA in life. There is
yeah,
just life. So
yeah,
in a way, this energy, this directly putting me in between, this thought,
yeah.
this is in a way, this illusory separation, this
Absolutely,
this
of course.
lack, this lack in a way, this gap which happens. This in a way is not there. But everything can happen, no matter what. Here is no idea how life should be. As I said, everything can happen. I have zero idea what's going to happen. And this
Absolutely.
is in a way the freedom. You can say it's really like a free fall and it's very intensive. Very
Yeah.
intensive. And this is just like,
Intensive.
wow, very
Yeah.
intensive. Very
Okay,
intensive.
so what I'm picking up from you would be that you are actually uh letting yourself feel life. So whether it's pain, crying, laughing, joy, you're actually in that
I,
expression or in
I'm
that
not
experience.
I'm not in that.
Not not as in you,
There is
not
just
as in
yeah.
you. So
th-
if there is laughing, there is laughing. If there is
Yeah,
crying, there is
yeah,
crying. And
yeah.
you let it happen. You let it
Yeah,
happen,
yeah, but
right?
I can
Yeah.
I'm not letting anything. It's not like accepting
No, no.
anything. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
So
very
for
direct. It's
me,
just very direct. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So for me now in this where I am right now, it's like if something of that sort happens, I can immediately step back and see
Okay.
what's going. I can see
Okay.
this person
I get you.
suffering. I
I
can see
get
him
you.
laughing,
I
and
get you.
I whatever this is untouched.
I get you, sweetheart. Here, beautiful. While you're saying this, I remember this was in a way my when the suffering was very intense. As I said, it was a very, very gradual process of opening, we can say.
You
And
hit a lot of people with a bat with a tennis racket. That's what I hear.
just wait, and
Was it? Yeah,
I
go on, go
very
on.
much so in a way in my deepest despair, rosA entered her life, where I really was like, fuck, it's just unbelievable shit. Um, there was just the biggest resonance was just simply back to the simplicity when I heard this. It's what it is already. Already. And it was not, of course, I heard in the second step, there is already no you to start with,
Yeah,
no separation. But this was not, in a way, the thing that there was nothing to reach. It was a loss. It was directly so, rosA, it's the shit. It's exactly this suffering. It's exactly this shit. Love
yeah.
it or hate it. That's it. Done. And this was, in a way, my play, my therapy, which I resonated with. I call it therapy, like
Okay.
autodidactive, always by myself doing it, always like, and just I in a way, went to the triggers, all of them. Like the more and here is still, in a way, I don't know, that's why maybe I say intensity, because
Yeah, no, I get.
I,
Yeah, now I
it
get it.
seems as if I love the way with the most stones, the most stony way. I
Okay.
just love it. Here is no choice. The character plays out as it plays out, also with you. Conditionings, whatever, trauma, everything may pop up,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
but here is this crazy openness. So no matter what's coming,
yeah, yeah,
no matter, it's so intensive, like in a way, new job, boom, falling in
yeah.
love, boom, this, it's so intensive. And this is just like, wow, it's crazy. I love it. And at the same time, nothing
Beautiful,
special, nothing
beautiful,
special. And
beautiful.
it can give you a report, an innocent
So
report.
you are another point of view of how life can be lived. This is another different point of view. See, Sanders' point of view is it never started. Life never started.
But he has
Your
no
point
point
of
of
view,
view. Abazander
your
has no
point of
point
view.
of view.
No, okay. The body sitting there, Rosa.
Okay, 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 okay,
That
okay.
point of view is just life is happening. That's it. There's no me or
Just
you.
life.
Life is
Full
happening.
on,
And
full on.
for me
And in this
here,
full onness, there is no
yeah.
you in it, You're completely,
Okay.
there is an absorption,
Yeah.
so there is no you.
But
Yeah,
for
for you?
me, for me right now, I can step away from life that's happening. Whatever is happening, I can step away from it and see it from a
From a
different
safe, from a
point.
safe spot. In a way,
No, the
no?
spot is not safe. It's the this that you talk about.
But when you
It's
but
nowhere. It's
when you
nothing.
step out, imagine here this is full on now. Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
maybe in a situation which is crazy there, yeah? So and
yeah.
what is happening? So in a way, what's happening? Sukhdev is beaming out of the situation, or what's happening? Being the observer?
No, let me give you the perfect example. In a movie theater, in a cinema. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sander is sitting in the movie theater and he says, "Where's the movie?" There's nobody in the movie. Okay, Rosa is in the movie and she says, "This is
There,
not a cinema. This is really happening. It's happening."
there is just a
All
movie.
right,
There is
this is
just a
yes,
movie. There
yes.
is just
And
a movie.
so here
And
is
not.
Sukhdev. Sukhdev is in the movie and is going through the movie, but when something happens, good, bad, where at any time he feels like he can step back and say, "Oh, it's just a movie." Go back into it and do anytime. I can step back.
Okay,
So
I
the
definitely
different
cannot
thing.
step back. I'm fucked already,
Oh,
sweetheart. I'm totally fucked. There is no way to step back. This is it already. And at the same time, let me say, so there is just a movie, but the movie is empty.
of course, it's a movie. It's not real. So
So in a way, yeah, and this
so the movie is played on the screen. The screen is empty. The screen is empty. The movie
It-
is
it-
the illusion.
it's already too complicated for,
When you
the
see the screen, a blank screen, when there's
yeah,
no movie playing,
yeah.
that is where the movie plays on, right? But the movie is just images. It's not real. The
Okay.
screen is empty.
Okay, sweetheart. Okay, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, just let me stop the recording